Hi everyone, it's Eva Pietrzak here from Abundant Results Coaching, and today I'd love to share 2 tips on how to feel more prosperous today, regardless of your bank balance. You may already know that feeling is the secret. How you feel around money is going to dictate how much money you have. When you top up the emotional state around money with your money generating habits, that is going to dictate how much money comes into your account, and you are able to use to live the life that you desire. And so today I want to talk a little bit about feeling prosperous. Majority of people feel prosperous when they see certain bank balance, when they see certain balance in their bank account, when they see certain balance in their investment, they feel prosperous. But frequently, that's a little bit of an illusion, because when you buy an asset, so for instance, this month I became a proud owner of my multi 7-figure villa in Spain, and I moved a lot of cash. And I noticed that when I looked at my bank balance after the transfer, I started feeling less prosperous. And I spoke to my coach about this, and I realized, hold on, prosperity is not what I have in my bank balance, because that money is just sitting there and doing nothing. Prosperity is what I'm circulating. So I shifted, and I would highly recommend looking at this yourself, because that is an immediate shift of emotional state from not enough or maybe not that much to wow, I'm wealthy and prosperous. So instead of looking at your bank balance or the balance in your investment, I want you to look at how much you've circulated this year. And what I mean by that, I looked at my past full year, May 2022 till May 2023. And I realized that I've circulated. What I mean, I brought in through the business, and then I've circulated close to 2 million, maybe even over 2 million, right? And when I looked at this, and when I looked at what I circulated, I literally took my notes in my phone and I looked at, okay, what did I circulate the money for? So of course I had my company expenses. I also hired my mentor, invested over 100 grand in a mentor. I stayed in penthouse suites for every single workshop that I do. I invested in a beautiful interior design of my new home, and so on and so forth. And I started listing things that I circulated money for. And I totted it up, and it came up to 2 million. And that put me in a very prosperous and wealthy feeling. And I always laugh, because whenever I shift my emotions, it's like a visible manifestation in the physical world. So when I shifted this, more money started coming in. Someone just messaged me, "Hey, I wanna pay balance in full for your program," and I know from my observations, from my learnings and my experience, that my dominant emotional state around money is either repelling money or generating money. So highly recommend it. If you want to feel more prosperous, don't look so much at your bank balance. Look at how much you circulated throughout the year. And there's a feeling behind it. There's a feeling of wealth, because money should not be hoarded. Money should be circulated. If we're hoarding money in order for it to be in the account, we're actually in the emotional state of lack and limitation. And we usually do that because someone taught us save for a rainy day. Saving for a rainy day is actually not a good idea, because what you're asking universe to give you is a rainy day. Saving money for assets or saving money for investing, brilliant, and all the wealthy people do that. But saving for a rainy day or keeping money, hoarding it just for the sake of feeling safe and secure, is not really doing, money doesn't do anything for you. Now, the second tip that I have for you, how to feel more prosperous today, no matter how much your bank balance, is to practice the feeling of having. You may have seen me sharing this book before. It's called The Secret Art of Feeling and Growing Rich. And it's a brilliant book that teaches you to cultivate the feeling of how much money you have when you're spending money. So Talking to my mentor just lately, and I was laughing. When you spend money, you're actually investing when you do it the right way. When you spend money in the energy of having, then that emotional state is attracting more money to you. But you've got to know how to do it. So the idea is this: every time you spend money, regardless what no, on what normally what happens in our minds is like, oh, I'm spending this money, it's like I'm losing money and there's less money in my bank account. So there's this feeling of not enough. Frequently we may have feeling of worry or feeling of unease around money. But when you start practicing the feeling of having money, when you're spending, you start actually creating a vibration of wealth. All the wealthy people, wealthy like I mean properly wealthy, not just tons of bank balance, but like actually having brilliant lifestyle. All wealthy people feel that they have money. So in the moment of purchase, whatever it is that you're buying, whether it's a cup of coffee in Starbucks or your dream home, you cultivate, all maybe you're investing mentorship program with your mentor, you cultivate the feeling of having money. How do you do that? In the moment when you make the payment, you say to yourself, wow, how wonderful that I have the money to do this. It makes me feel X, Y, and Z. So for instance, how wonderful that I have the money to purchase multi 7-figure villa. It makes me feel so wealthy, so prosperous, and so blessed. How cool that I have money to buy organic foods. It makes me feel so prosperous and so taken care of. How cool is it that I have the money to buy a massage in a 5-star hotel every single week? It makes me feel so pampered and taken care of and so wealthy. How cool is it that I have the money to give to take my family out for dinner anytime I want to? It makes me feel so generous and so prosperous. So when you start cultivating feeling of having money when you spend, you actually put yourself in a much more joyful, prosperous, wealthy vibration. Sorry, there's a fly in my room. I don't know where from because there's no open windows here. But anyway, when you start practicing the feeling of having, especially when spending, then you start putting yourself in the vibration of wealth. And the more feeling of prosperity you have, regardless of your bank balance, the more magnetic you become for sales, more customers, money generating ideas, and money starts coming back to you and coming to you in greater quantities. So I hope this inspires you and I hope you will implement. Have a beautiful week. Wishing you all the success that you desire and all the prosperity you desire. Take care.